Okay. What are we doing, man?
We gotta drain all the gas out of this car to take a fuel line to a hydraulic place.
We ordered a new fuel line, but it did not fit, so we're just pulling the old one, having it remade. It's the one that goes from the bottom of the tank to the inline filter over on this side. And of course, since we have to pull it from the bottom of the tank, we have to drain everything out of it.
All right, so there's gonna be this right here. I'm taking off. We're gonna try to make it piss as much as it can out of there, and then we're gonna have to go actually underneath of it and get the rest out that way. Quick enough, dude? If I get a good score?
I think that was good. I think you got. I'll give it like a solid 7.5.
So it was draining too slow, so we unrouted it from over the diff and just straight down from the tank to help it drain a little bit faster.
And also, it's gonna be so much easier to pull at the end now.
Yep. Is it draining any faster?
I don't know.
Technically, it should be, but it has to go back up and stuff, so I don't really know.
It's definitely draining a little bit.
Ever stop? If you turn it off, yeah.
Let's learn.
Let's learn a lesson. It doesn't shut the fuel pump off.
So we're getting impatient. Want to just connect the battery, turn the key, and see how much fuel is in the tank from the gauge, but it will prime the pump. So
We're gonna get a little squirt action.
we just want to know how long we're gonna be sitting here.
Yeah, that's not good, boys.
What?
That's fine. We should have enough for half.
Yeah, I know.
What size is your tank?
I think it could be below half.
I say we just fucking pull the banjo bolt.
Okay.
We gotta be ready to plug it at a moment's notice when that thing fills up, so we can.
He's gotta hold the fucking. The spring in this button is really stiff, so my thumb will go sore after like 10 seconds.
Stupid government cans. Stupid cans.
Stupid government.
Stupid government. What are you doing, man? I'm holding the line.
He's holding the
I
line.
think the government would have lied to you.
So it doesn't fucking spray all over the ground. This thing's got some new stuff on it to give it more front camber. Basically even it out. Oh, I probably shouldn't look at that side. Volkswagen shit. Volkswagen shit.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Watch it.
Reverse helicarrier.
Turning the wheel, his tire, his front tire was flat to the ground. Here we are, back down here. Can you see him, guys? I don't know if you can see him, but it's so fucking dark.
I got my flashlight.
How's it going under there, man?
So it's all done, minus this one that the camera can see the easiest.
Which one? Here, give him a shot. Give him a shot of it if you can. I'm putting the like factory wiring loom stuff on it. I got some zip ties behind me. Yep.
It almost didn't fit with these big new fittings, guys. Look, they cut the existing old ones and welded on these fittings onto this line that I had crimped and made to size. And it almost didn't fit here because it hits the diff where the locating pin is on that bottom part, but I got it to work, and it has a bunch of fucking length, so it can just go all behind the subframe and get out of the way from the axles and the diff.
Which is so good, because it's awesome that we had a hydraulic shop so close.
And they were the plug, dude. definitely like a quarter or something. I feel like there's like 3 stages to testing. There's the initial, there's the running, there's the turning the vehicle off. Those are the 3.
So we got to do the initial prime. That's what we're about to do. And then if that turns out okay, we're going to put the car on the ground. We're going to start it. If that,
and then it's going to run on 5 cylinders mysteriously.
Why? What? It's going to take us 3 fucking years to fucking figure out why. And it's going to end up being like the fucking 6th gear had like a sensor short, even though this thing doesn't have.
Yeah. In the cold, we had a sensor short, and that's why it never started again.
Dude, my lock.
Also, before we do anything, I literally need to tighten this fuel hanger up completely and connect that shit. We would never get this car started all night if we didn't connect that stuff to the fuel hanger. But we, you know, I was thinking about that already. All right, I'd stop right there, buddy. That's enough. We're gonna have to pick up.
I'm leaving the door open, but I'm closing the cab. How's she looking?
I could hear like
A trickling?
yeah, I could hear it trickling, but there's nothing going nowhere. Why is it trickling?
Oh, that's just it, like
Coming in from there.
I feel like it is.
Yeah. You know, it's exciting to get these lower control arms out of here. Like, I got an extra car in my trunk.
Yeah. Dude. Secondary light incoming. I don't know if y'all can see that very well. That hidden background right there. Some control arms. Jackson. This guy does. This guy, you could fucking make. Fucking car with this shit, dude.
Hold on, one more. Let's see it. Oh, I don't know. Guys didn't like that one, but it's in there.
And no click, 1 click. Good. Let's prime this puppy. So you might have to like, wow.
Yeah.
But like 1 click might do it. I would say, wow.
All right, give it a kick.
Good. No leak coming from the filter. It's running on its own power now.
Right now.
And it's cammed as fuck. Hold on. I gotta get a close up of this. Oh my god, this thing's got a fucking LS in it. Oh my god, dude.
It's not like that, bro.
It's so rich. Things hasn't been started in a month. Everybody just soak it in, listen to it. Listen to this beauty run.
Yeah, we're good right now.
Go ahead, dude.
We're trying to clear it out. This thing's been sitting since October with this gas we siphoned out of it. But like now it's going back to idle like normal.
Put restriction back in. Put that filter back in there.
Is this backfiring? I'm gonna catch the fucking filter on fire.
See if that maybe helps it.
It's not revving past 3.
It's getting there and it's still like dirty. The plugs are probably fouled.
I just don't want to rev anymore at 11 a.m. Trying to get it past 3?
I was initially there. I was just
Okay. You were holding it pretty steady for what that was.
yeah, on the first one, yeah, it was.
I think I caught it on camera. I'm pretty sure flames came out, and I'm not even lying.
It sounded like it.
I'm pretty sure flames came out when it was stuck in 3. We have it on video.
Okay, oh yeah, on that first one before I was blipping it.
That's the thumbnail for the video. First start, flames coming out.
I was trying to give it some more, and I was kind of hearing it up front, just go,
yeah.
like bogging out.
So you're probably gonna have to like keep it slow.
For the people that don't know, you can do all the plugs except for I think 3 and 4 or 4 and 5 without taking the intake off, and then you have to like take the intake off.
And I guarantee you that's gonna be the 2 that are fucked up. That's gonna be the 2 that are actually fucked up.
You got your intake running over.
Where's that flashlight?
Here, I got my phone. Of course, the spark plug cover right down the center. Got your throttle body right in the center.
And you have to take off a lot of bullshit to get that thing to move enough for you to pull a plug out. Woo! Hold on. I don't think it's going past 3 still.
Yeah, those plugs are fouled. Those plugs are gone.
Yeah. So plug next.
I've put new plugs in this car before.
When?
Like within the last year.
I do remember doing that.
No, I did it at my house, I think. All right, so it's another day. I don't really know how we're chopping this up, but still having the thing where it's pretty much either a spark issue or a fuel issue, where vehicle, you know, takes a little bit longer to crank. Once it gets going, it's just not packing the punch it should. It's kind of running a little bit weird. What I was thinking, so you know, spark or fuel, right? And I changed 4 out of the 6 spark plugs because there's 2 under the intake that I had to take the intake off to remove to get to them. And here, I'm gonna unlock the vehicle really fast and I'll show you guys all 4 of those spark plugs, just that way you can see them. But I mean, there's some buildup, but I mean, I did it a year ago. And the main thing I did to the vehicle that would change how it runs is I messed with a fuel line. I had, you know, the whole bottom of the tank open to atmosphere because I had to go and get the line replaced by a shop, right? So maybe there's moisture that got in the gas tank. The gas that we siphoned out of here is 4 months old. It's been in a gas can now for a couple days. And before I pull the intake, I'm gonna do some lazy boy shit, and I'm gonna go probably get a fresh can of 93, maybe some fuel stabilizer. But let me go pull those spark plugs now so you guys can see what they look like. All right, so here are the 4 of them here. I don't know if it's gonna focus or not, but yes, there is some buildup. You know, that obviously is not how it should look, but like this one here, it looked just like the other one, and there's some oil sitting above it. Because I took the 2 off, checked them, put them back in, and then I don't know if it was just like reburning with that oil that went into the cylinder, but it kind of cleaned it off a lot. So it shows that, you know, it wasn't crazy. And also, these are not that old, right? The thing I changed on the vehicle is the fuel tank stuff, not anything in the engine wise that would make it run weird. And also, it's down to like 40 degrees again, and I don't want to pull that thing outside. It sucks ass. And I still need to do it, but let's wait till a better day and I can enjoy the car if it's just gonna be fuel stuff. But now you saw the spark plugs and you see why I'm not as concerned about them, but still something I'd like to change before the next drift event. One EGR delete later, the intake is off because that did not help it at all when I put that delete in there. So I'm changing the last 2 spark plugs. I'm going to check the distributor. I'm going to get a fuel pressure tester. And now that I deleted the EGR correctly, I can pinpoint it a lot more accurately with that out of the way. Alright, well, we have solved a little bit of the issue. The vehicle now revs with power into a certain part of the power band, but it still doesn't have enough PSI to get.
It's got the fuel supply for about 35 to 4 grand. We're guessing tach's not working too well.
Yeah,
But
and we had to get rid of our fuel pump control unit. Like, this was not working. When we jumped it, it helped the car run a lot better.
with that plugged in, we had 17 pounds, and with it jumped, we had 36, 37.
Yeah,
So, no, we had
like 30.
we had 30, but then once we revved it, it started dropping down to
25-ish.
25. Then it hit like that fuel cut, and it was, the needle was just bouncing around on the bottom of the gauge.
But now the car is probably still making that like 30 psi of pressure, and it's still having that same RPM range cut.
But now your fuel pump is just
now my wires won't melt because of the fact that I ran it with a correct relay into the car. I did not just jump the wires. There's a lot of guys on YouTube that have just jumped it and then it just melts the fucking wires. So if you are going to do it, make sure you use a relay so it actually distributes the fucking amperage correctly and not just melt wires. But I think what I'm going to do next on this long fucking strenuous bullshit with this car is I'm going to be buying a fuel pump.
the Walboro 255.
Walboro 255. We're having fuel pressure issues. Let's put some more fuel pressure in the damn car, right, gentlemen?
Yeah. I mean, fuck. I mean, that a Walboro 255. On Club Lexus, they were guessing 190 liter per hour stock pump. 255 is 255 liter per hour. It's cheaper than an OEM pump from like AutoZone or O'Reilly's by like $100.
By $100 fucking dollars, ladies and gentlemen.
So.
And if we're down on fuel pressure, let's just get a little bit more.
Yeah.
That regulator with the return system, if it's pushing out too much, it will just return it back.
If anything, you're going to have higher, more consistent fuel pressure because it's just going to be on.
It's now
rated pump.
With this being gone, it's now just giving 12 volts of fuel pump when the car is on, which is fine. That's just a more simplified system. This is an overcomplicated system. And so now we're gonna drop in a fuel pump eventually, but this car is gonna be good to daily around for a little bit. So I'm just gonna drive it around.
Not give it over 3 grand.
Yeah, not give it over 3 grand, not try to race anybody, but I could go to fucking work and back in my own damn car for once. It's been months, dude. It's been fucking months. This is my relay deal for the people wanting to know. It is a red and black wire going to the signal wire of the relay and a green wire going to the power of the relay. And I have that red wire going to the battery, and we have the ground right there. But it was really hard to find people just do this simple. It was kind of silly how much work it took and people to talk to just figure this out. So I'm glad I'm just showing this picture and giving you guys the information. So that way it's all in one place. So literally for anybody who's curious, it was the painless fuel pump relay system. And we just have the wire going from the battery there to our little awesome circuit breaker here, and it's going back down underneath through the car where I showed you guys earlier. But with it being that painless thing,
All the wires are labeled. So the wire going to the battery, we just cut that to install the circuit breaker, ran it back to the relay, and then the wires to the relay tell you when to get the signal, get the pump.
Yep.
So
the fact it was all labeled made it really fast and not even have to look at fucking instructions for anything, so it's awesome. But that's where I'm going to end it today. I don't know how we're chopping up these videos of this car repeatedly getting something fixed and then breaking, but
Hold on,
that's it for today.
We should.
How many brake
It's-
counters are we
it's
at
the
now?
12th now.
It's the 12th.
So we started this January.
I mean, this car's been down for a couple things since November.
Well, when did you get that first fuel filter? It was like early January. I thought we were running around. No, it was mid-January. Something like that.
It was early mid-January.
It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks, but things are going in the right direction. So if you want to buy a Lexus SC300, mine it. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a fucking boomer. He's not gonna gas it. He probably takes that to Cars and Coffee. Fucking sits in a camping chair with his little sign.